Hey everyone, welcome back to another deep dive.
Yes, hello everyone.
I am so excited for today's topic.
Me too.
We are going to be talking all about negative self-talk and how to flip that script
Yes, exactly.
to basically create self-love and empowerment.
Yeah, and you know what? It's so interesting because I feel like everyone experiences negative self-talk.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's something that we don't always talk about, but it's
Wow.
something that we can actually learn to manage. And it can be a really powerful tool for personal growth.
Yeah, I love that idea of like it being a tool,
Right.
like something that you can actually wield.
Totally.
So I guess like to start off,
Yeah.
what exactly Igon's negative self-talk? Because like you were saying, I think we all experience it, but I think there's like kind of a scale to it, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, we all have those moments where we're like, oh, I messed up, or I'm not sure about this, but negative self-talk is more than that. It's those persistent thoughts that just kind of chip away at our confidence and our self-worth.
Oh, I see.
So it's those things that we tell ourselves like,
Okay.
I'm not good enough, or I'll never be able to do that, or,
Right.
comparing ourselves to other people.
Oh, yeah, the comparison game.
The comparison game is a big one.
Ugh, it's so easy to get sucked into that.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Especially with social media these days.
Oh, forget about it.
That's
Mike.
like everyone's highlight reel is
Yeah.
our reality.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's those thoughts that really can kind of take root and impact us in a negative way.
So I guess like the next question that is like, how does that impact us?
Hey, yeah, so it's interesting because it's not just like we're feeling bad. It actually can have a real tangible impact on our lives.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of research that shows that negative self-talk can contribute to anxiety and depression.
Okay.
It can lower our self-esteem, make
Yeah.
it harder to build healthy relationships, and we might not go after the things that we want in life because we're so afraid of failing.
Right. You're already telling yourself you're going to fail before you even start.
Exactly.
Wow.
And even more than that, it can manifest in physical health issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there's been studies that have linked negative self-talk to increased stress hormones,
I see.
which over time can lead to things like digestive problems, insomnia, even heart disease.
That's really scary.
Yeah, it's not something to take lightly.
It's like mind over matter, but in the opposite direction.
Totally. It's like we're manifesting negative things in our lives.
Wow. Okay, so clearly we don't want this negative self-talk running the show.
Definitely not.
So how do we combat this?
Well, that's where the really exciting part comes in.
Okay.
That's where we talk about affirmations.
I was going to say, you're going to say affirmation?
Yes, affirmations.
I was like, it's got to be right.
It has to be.
Okay, tell me everything.
Okay, so affirmations are basically positive statements that we deliberately repeat to ourselves to challenge and replace those negative thought patterns. And the really cool thing is that our brains are incredibly adaptable.
Yeah.
They have this amazing ability called neuroplasticity, which means that they can change and rewire themselves based on our experiences and our thoughts.
So you're saying like if we have these negative thoughts all the time, our brain is literally wiring itself to be more negative.
Exactly. It's creating those pathways, those neural pathways that become stronger the more we use them.
Got it. So we're like hacking our brains with these affirmations.
We're hacking our brains for positivity.
I love that.
Yes. And the key with affirmations is consistency and belief.
Okay, consistency makes sense.
Right.
You got to do it regularly. But belief, how do you make yourself believe something that you don't?
That is the million-dollar question, and it's something that a lot of people struggle with because, sometimes those affirmations can feel cheesy or they feel forced or like we're trying to convince ourselves of something that we don't actually believe.
Yeah, and like how do you not make it toxic positivity?
Right, exactly.
Where you're just like ignoring the negative stuff.
Right. It's not about pretending to be someone we're not or ignoring the negative. It's about acknowledging those negative thoughts, but then choosing to focus on something more positive.
Okay.
So, for example, if you have the thought, I'm not good enough,
Yeah,
you can challenge that thought with an affirmation like, I am capable and worthy.
I see.
And even if you don't fully believe it at first, the act of repeating it and focusing on that positive statement starts to create new neural pathways in your brain.
So it's like fake it till you make it, but for your brain.
Yeah, exactly. And the key is to make those affirmations personal.
Okay.
It's not about using generic affirmations that you find online. It's about really identifying the specific negative thoughts that are holding you back and creating affirmations that directly counter those thoughts.
Oh, I see. So it's almost like you have to do a little bit of work beforehand.
Yes, exactly. It's like a little self-reflection.
Okay, I like that. So it's personalized. It's specific to you. And are there any other kind of tips for crafting these affirmations?
Yeah, so I think keeping them positive is obviously important.
Right.
Using I am statements is really powerful because it's like you're embodying that quality.
Okay.
So instead of saying I will be confident, you could say I am confident.
I am confident.
Exactly, and then keeping them present focused.
Okay.
So instead of I will be happy, you could say, I'm choosing happiness now.
I am choosing happiness now.
There you go.
I like it.
Yeah, so just making them really specific, positive, and present focused.
Okay, so we've crafted our affirmations.
Yes.
We're feeling good about them.
Yeah.
They feel personal to us. Now, how do we actually use them, integrate them into our lives?
Yeah, that's a great question because, life gets busy.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a lot going on. So it's all
Absolutely.
about finding what works for you and your lifestyle.
Okay.
Some people like to integrate affirmations into their morning routine, so maybe writing them in a journal or saying them out loud while they're looking in the mirror. Other people prefer to put them on sticky notes around their house or their office as visual reminders.
Love a good sticky note.
Yeah. Or you can even set reminders on your phone
Oh, that's a good idea.
throughout the day,
I like that.
just to kind of pop up and give you that little boost.
Yeah, like a little reminder like, hey,
Hey,
I'm choosing happiness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you could listen to guided affirmation recordings.
Oh, that's a good idea, too.
There's a lot of different ways to do it, but the key is to find what works for you and what feels good and what you can actually stick with.
So it's not about spending hours and hours every day on this.
Not at all.
It's about finding these little moments to kind of shift your thinking.
Exactly. It's about integrating it into your daily life so that it becomes a habit.
I love that. Okay, so let's say we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
We're using our affirmations.
Yes.
What kind of results can we expect?
Oh, I've seen some really amazing transformations in people who have committed to using affirmations regularly.
Tell me everything.
Yeah. So, one of the biggest things is just an overall increase in self-awareness because you're starting to pay attention to those negative thoughts that you might not have even realized you were having.
Cool.
And then as you start to replace them with positive affirmations, you start to notice a shift in your self-talk.
Okay.
And that can lead to increased self-esteem, reduced anxiety, and more confidence in your ability to achieve your goals.
Wow. It really can have a ripple effect.
It totally can. And one of the things that I find really inspiring is that it's not just about feeling better, it's about actually taking action.
Okay.
So when you start to believe in yourself more, you're more likely to go after the things that you want in life.
Oh, that makes sense.
You're more likely to step outside of your comfort zone and take risks. And, that can lead to some really incredible opportunities and experiences.
I love that. That's amazing.
It is. And, I think it's important to remember that it's not like a magic fix.
Right.
It's not like you start using affirmations and all of a sudden everything is perfect. Yeah.
It's a practice, and it takes time and effort and consistency.
But the results are worth it.
The results are so worth it.
Okay, so if someone's listening to this and they're like, all right, I'm ready to try this affirmation thing.
Yes.
What would you say is the most important thing to keep in mind?
I would say be patient with yourself.
Okay.
It's a journey. And there are going to be days where you don't feel like doing it or you don't believe the affirmations, but just keep showing up for yourself, keep practicing, and trust that over time, you'll start to see a shift.
I love that. Be patient with yourself and just keep showing up.
Exactly.
That's such great advice for so many things in life.
It really is.
Amazing. Well, this has been so insightful.
I'm so glad.
I feel like I've learned so much.
Me too.
And I hope everyone listening has as well.
Yes.
So as always, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
It was a pleasure being here.
And remember, your thoughts shape your reality. So choose them wisely.
Yes, absolutely. All right, and don't forget to follow us for more insightful deep dives on Instagram, YouTube, The Uplift Space, and Spotify. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.